Right. Melanotan is a really cool peptide because it actually tells your body to produce melanin, and it makes you get a tan artificially without even having to go in the sun. Now, if you combine it with going in the sun, you'll get a tan even faster. But for people maybe who have, worry about skin cancer and stuff like that, I used it like the second half of my career, I guess, just to get a really good tan, and it actually works too good. You got to be careful because if you get so dark, you can actually turn like purplish. And then because what happens is it tans everything, including your lips, your underarms, and everything like that. So you have to be careful that you don't do too much of it. But I always tell people less is better with it. It might take longer to get the tan if you do less, but you will get the tan. And once you get the tan that you like and the coloration that you like, you can maintain it with a shot once a week. The problem is if you take too much of it, it can make you feel a little nauseous, and it makes it hard to eat sometimes because I know guys just take too much of it. I always tell people I think it comes in 10 milligrams now most of the time, and you can mix it with like literally 5 mLs of water, and you can take like 2 mLs of water and take like 5 units on an insulin pen right before bed. I recommend taking it before bed because it makes you feel a little flushed at first, and then once again, you could get a little nauseous. So if you take it before bed, you kind of feel weird for about 10 minutes and then it goes away, and then you wake up and usually you feel good. If you take more than that, you will get tan faster, but you will feel nauseous, I'm telling you. It also has a little bit of a Viagra-like effect on the body, so you definitely have an increased erections from melanotan. But once again, if you take too much of it, you feel crappy. So you don't want to. There's a fine line between taking the right amount and taking too much, and you might have to experiment to see where that is. But like I said, if you put 2 mLs of water into the powders, and most of them come about 10 milligrams, you could just seriously use 5 units right before bed. Within 2 to 3 weeks, you'll have the tan you want. I promise you. Don't do more than that. Once you get the tan, you can literally, like I said, take 1 shot a week and maintain that tan. Now, you might notice some like pigment spots on your arms. Like sometimes you might get a beauty mark and you're like, I never had that there before. Well, the truth is you probably had it. It was probably very light and it just darkened it because it darkens everything. So the good thing is that when you stop taking it, those pigment spots will go away and they will disappear. It's just a lot of people have light pigment spots on their arms and legs. They don't even know about it. And then when they take the melanotan and it darkens, all of a sudden they come out. So don't freak out if that happens.